Tiring and exhausting resources. That's what some Georgians have said about the state's runoff system that requires a candidate to get more than 50% of the vote. They have to have 50 plus 1. Well, Atlanta News First reporter Abby Kasouris breaks down a new law aiming to let cities make an important call.
House Bill 200 would allow for cities to switch to instant runoffs or ranked choice voting, where voters could rank their choices to pick a winner.
If cities do not want it, if it's not for your city, there's nothing making you do it. There's no mandates.
Republican Representative Joseph Gullett, the sponsor of House Bill 200, says runoff elections are crippling cities financially. Kennesaw State researchers estimate 2020's runoffs cost $75 million across the state and $10 million in Atlanta alone.
This is just an option. That's all it is an option. They don't have to do it. They can do it and hate it and go back to the way it was. It's completely up to them.
A recent poll from Better Ballot shows more than half of Georgians want to do away with runoffs. Bill Bozarth with Better Ballot says sometimes voters don't come back.
And everybody has to go back to the polls a month later. It costs money, it costs energy from the populace.
16 states have some sort of ranked choice voting option, whether that's at the state, federal, or local level. Bozarth says research shows it creates more civil discourse.
Because if I'm running on a slate of candidates, that maybe there's 5 of them, I not only have to appeal to the people that will naturally vote for me, I'd like to have a message that appeals to the people that might make their second choice.
And there's one more caveat here. The bill wouldn't affect statewide or county elections, just local.
At the moment, I'm not even sure if it's a good idea across the state. That's something it's talked about a lot. That's why this is being talked about a lot more this year than in the past. But that's not the goal. Let's try it with cities and see what happens.
Gullett tried pushing through a similar bill last year. In fact, this year's bill uses almost the same wording. He says this year he thinks he has the support. In Atlanta, I'm Abby Kasouris.